They watch, they hate, then they copy.
So to Red Lipstick Vibes, the OG in the fucking hole.
Wisdom in her heart shines on her face. Every step is a lesson, every word a song, teaching all the young sisters where they belong. In her eyes is a light, in her voice is a truth, dripping gems of wisdom like a river overflowing with femininity. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes you feel complete. She's a timeless queen with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from a mother's heart. Her style is a mirror of inner peace. From her joyful soul to her red lipstick, she speaks femininity wrapped in elegance so fine. She's bold, she's divine, jewels in her laugh, diamonds in her smile, teaching us to walk the extra mile. She the treasure that all men seek to find. Every whisper, every quiet phrase, in a melody of life to guide our way. Whether the storm's standing tall, teaching us how to not fall. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen, with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. Her mother taught us, and now she teaches me. She said every step shows your style, walking with grace every day. Find beauty in the small things, keep your head up even when you fall. Love yourself most of all. She drops gems of wisdom, holding to her mother's vision, God of love and intuition. Stay strong, but soft, stay true, never play a part. Healing souls are set apart, blessed with wisdom from the spot. Every move and every word she drops, gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen, with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen, she shines so bright, with style and grace and words so sweet, it makes her feel complete. She's a timeless queen, with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. She's a timeless queen, with style and grace. Divine femininity covers her face, dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. Her mother gave a treasure, diamonds and rubies of wisdom. Now she giving us the gems her mother gave. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart. We're dropping gems from her mother's heart.
Hey everybody, welcome to Red Lipstick Vibe, where the vibe is always positive. How y'all doing on tonight? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? If you can hear me, am I good? Am I sound good? Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, all the cloud watchers as well, and the ones that are going to watch this afterwards, and check out the replay. We're going to I don't know why people like to test me when I get online, Lord Jesus. But anyway, I'm so glad that the weather held up today so that we be able to stream. Okay, I was supposed to do some streaming over the weekend. This earring is irritating me, y'all. Be on the ladies' first show on Sunday. Couldn't do that either because the weather was crazy, y'all. Okay, like the weather has been crazy here. It's been raining all the time, and Yeah, uncomfortable. And so the internet been messing up. The lights and stuff were out. We had power outages and all kinds of stuff. So thank you guys for being patient with me. Y'all know how we do. Tonight's goals is 10 memberships and $80 towards the paper towel fund, and that is a cash app at Red Lipstick Vibes. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, I truly appreciate each and every one of you that contributes to the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how's everybody Monday starting off? It's interesting. Like, so if you don't know, June is like my birth month, right? And I will be 50 next week. I will be 50 years old. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. And then I'm like, oh man, now I have to join the 50 and older club now. so, so, it's interesting. But anyway, so yeah, I'm excited though. So make sure you guys hit the Cash App and support the Paper Towel Fund or the PayPal at Red Lipstick Vibes for the Paper Towel Fund. Thank you guys. Thank you. So you're like, Miss Time, what are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about tonight? So I could not let this month go by without talking about men's mental health, because June is Men's Mental Health Month, right? Okay, so we have to talk about that today. And so tonight I'm going to talk about something that usually doesn't get talked about. And I have a clip and I want everybody to watch.
As we celebrate dads this weekend, we want to take the time to highlight an important yet somewhat unspoken taboo topic for fathers: paternal mental health disorder, also known as postpartum depression for dads.
It is a real issue that isn't talked about much. I think many dads don't know that it exists, and many people in our newsroom had never heard of it until now. So we caught up with a licensed psychologist and a dad who's been through paternal postpartum depression to talk about the signs and the symptoms and solutions. Turns out 1 in 10 men suffer from postpartum depression during their partner's pregnancy and the years following. And if their partner is suffering from PPD, the chances are higher for men to go through the same mental health challenges.
So tonight we're going to talk about postpartum depression that happens in fathers. So, I mean, we hear this all the time in on the news or on social media and stuff, where the women that are experiencing postpartum depression, and it's usually at the end, when they're harming their child or something like that, they would bring up, oh, she was dealing with postpartum depression or something like that, right? But you rarely hear about men talking about or revealing themselves about having postpartum depression. But there is a real thing. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Let me see. Let me get my slide so y'all can see where I'm coming from. So tonight we're going to talk about the silent struggles, postpartum depression in fathers. Postpartum depression, PPD in men, sometimes called parental postpartum depression, is very real. It's not something made up. Because I know a lot of times when we, I know like back in the day before people really got into, about postpartum depression, even when it came to the women, they would say that it's made up. And so so now that it has come to the forefront about maternal postpartum depression, we're going to talk about the paternal postpartum depression. Raising awareness about the mental and emotional toll fatherhood can take. Fathers are often overlooked after childbirth. Everyone checks on the baby and mom, but not dad. 1 in 10 fathers experience postpartum depression. Listen to that. 1 in 10 fathers experience postpartum depression. Men express depression through withdrawal, anger, and silence. That is very, very true. Not just with postpartum depression, but a lot of times when men are dealing with things, they suffer in silence. We hear that term all the time, suffering in silence, right? So even now in this situation, as we're going to see, that fathers tend to suffer in silence as well. Y'all get it? Y'all getting it? Y'all getting it? Y'all getting it? So we're going to talk about that. And I have a clip I want to show you guys. I want to show a clip. And I want to hear, we're going to hear what it feels like from a man's perspective.
From a man's perspective, this is what it feels like. Everyone kept asking about the baby. No one asked about me, not even once. You watch your partner go through the miracle of birth. You're proud, you're in awe, but then the storm hits, not outside, but inside you. You start to feel like you're not needed anymore, like you're standing outside a house you helped build, but no longer belong in. Like your only value is to keep working, keep quiet, and not break down. You used to be the man. Now you're just a paycheck with hands.
Now that part, that was very interesting. That was one of the points, is that you feel that men feel like they're just paychecks with hands now. And the link is at the top. Of any brothers, if you would like to come up to kind of chime in, because I'm not a man. So if you would like to come in and chime in, you are most definitely welcome to. And you don't have to be on camera. So that ending part was very interesting when he said that he's feeling worthless and feeling like just a paycheck with hands. And that is a really, really deep point. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, that's coming into the building. Thank you guys for coming through. So here are some of the unique triggers in men. Feeling excluded from the mother-baby bond, sudden change in identity and loss of personal freedom. And here's a big one: financial pressures or increased responsibility, history of childhood trauma, depression, or lack of a strong father figure. So to the men in the chat, those of you that are fathers, I could pretty much understand the financial pressures and the increased responsibility. For those who did not have father figures, how did that play into how you felt when you became a father? Was it hard for you to move into fatherhood because you didn't have a father figure? And maybe that kind of made you feel some kind of way? Let me know in the chat. Feeling like they can't express emotional vulnerability. So here is another key issue that we hear a lot of times from the men, where they feel like they have no safe space to actually be vulnerable and talk about their emotions and talk about how they feel. So for the dads or fathers, if you have children in your life, do you find that that is the case sometimes? So I have another clip. We're not going to be up here long. I have another clip for you guys. We're going to see what men feel.
What we men really feel but don't say. Jealousy, watching the mother-baby bond you feel replaced. Guilt, for even feeling that way. Anger, at yourself, the situation, or anyone who doesn't understand. Shame, for being exhausted, struggling, or not manning up. Loneliness, because the world thinks dads don't feel postpartum anything. You're not just tired, you're mentally bleeding in silence.
What do y'all think about that clip? What do you guys think about that clip? Let me play it one more time.
What we men really feel but don't say. Jealousy, watching the mother-baby bond you feel replaced. Guilt.
Do you guys feel Was there ever a sense of jealousy when you're watching the mother baby bond? Was there ever a sense of jealousy there? Or a sense of like you feeling left out? Especially if mom was like breastfeeding and stuff, so you kind of didn't get a chance to do those types of things with the baby?
For even feeling that way, anger at yourself, the situation, or anyone who doesn't understand. Shame for being exhausted, struggling, or not manning up.
What do y'all think about that? We hear that manning up thing, and it's giving like a man can't be tired or stressed out or struggling in some way, but you always have to man up. Shout out to Ron that's in the building. Hi, Ron. Let's see. Mr. He said, made it scary, but was motivated to not be like him. Okay.
Loneliness, because the world thinks dads don't feel postpartum anything. You're not just tired, you're mentally bleeding in silence.
That's a deep statement. You're not just tired, you're mentally bleeding in silence. That's a really deep statement right there. You're not just tired, but you're mentally bleeding in silence. Not my experience, but I know a lot of fellas that were jealous of their babies. Yes, when I was doing my research, I was looking into it, and I saw that a lot of men experienced that. That they were kind of like the baby was taking their place. I found that was very interesting. But we're gonna get into it. All right, let's get into slide number 3. Oh, let's do this. Let's do the clip on the signs. Let's look at this video where there is a psychologist going to describe the signs of having postpartum in men. It is a real thing, ladies. So it's not just a woman thing. It's not just a mother thing. It also happens to the fathers too. Do you know what I was saying? Like, like the dads get pregnant too. So, like sometimes the dad would get like they get a belly too, the cravings and stuff and the sleeping and all that kind of stuff. So they experience the same thing too. So I don't see why it's so hard for people not to understand that they will feel the postpartum parts too. If you have the pregnancy symptoms, why wouldn't you have the post-pregnancy symptoms as well? Well, let's see what the signs are.
Dr. Dan Singley is a psychologist who sits on the Presidential Advisory Board for Postpartum Support International. He says it can lead to anxiety, OCD, PTSD, and psychosis. And he says these are some of the signs to look out for: agitation, anger, frustration, being more socially withdrawn or isolated.
These dads will often have an increase in substance use, maybe into abuse. They might also do other dopaminergic activities, a lot more gaming, risky sex, gambling, jumping out of planes, and so forth.
And some of those signs is what made Reginald Day realize he was going through paternal postpartum depression after the birth of his first child. He says his depression was weighing heavily on his family, so he sought help.
Through what I call my period of darkness, which was almost about 4 years. My children are 12 months and 7 days apart. And so literally.
And, when I found this clip, I was so glad that it was a man of color. Because usually when we see, clips, like, when they're talking about men having a mental issue, it's always like a man of, Caucasian or something like that. And I was so happy that this time it had a man of color talking about something like this.
Literally got thrusted into fatherhood. For me, it was, do I want to risk the stigma or lose my family? So I said, you know what?
For him, it was, do I want to contribute to the stereotype? So that's stressful too. So maybe he was one of the ones, like you were saying, brother, that didn't have a father, right? So he didn't want to continue the cycle.
The stigma.
Well, now Reginald leads a support group for men struggling with mental health and says it's been life-changing for so many dads who really just needed validation and support.
And I like the statement that was said at the end that so many dads just need validation and support. And so we're going to get into some of those things as well. Let me see. The brother said the belly definitely does. Really, brother? Okay. I mean, a lot of men, they say they experience, like, all the symptoms and things like that. So, I don't know. Okay, well, let's get into some of the signs. And you guys tell me what you think. All right, so here are some of the emotional and psychological signs. Irritability and anger, more snapping, yelling, and feeling consistently on edge, right? Because I'm assuming, like, you have a lot on your mind, right? You have this little being or beings, especially if you have, like, multiples, right? I would assume having multiples will drive a brother crazy, okay? Because you're already worried about just that one, and then here we go, we got to worry about the multiples. So I can see the brother be on edge. Okay. Withdrawal, pulling away from family, friends, or the baby, becoming emotionally distant. Sadness or hopelessness, persistent low mood, emptiness, and a feeling of being overwhelmed or inadequate. And I would assume, because I like with, being a mother, with a new baby and everything, we're constantly wondering if we're doing the right thing, if we're, if we're feeding the baby right, are we, changing the baby. Everything is a question. And 9 times out of 10, we don't look at the fathers having these questions. We just looking at the mamas. But the dads be having these questions too. And the dads will feel overwhelmed too. Hey, lost in translation. Here's the other one: sadness and hopelessness, right? And then the next one is loss of interest in hobbies, sex, relationships, daily routines, even bonding with the baby. So that putting that distance between a lot of the things that will make you feel happy or you enjoy doing, because you in this stressful space. Guilt and shame, feeling like a failure here's a big one: feeling like a failure as a provider and protector or a father. And as we can go back, like, let's just take a look at the thumbnail itself, right? You see how all the women, family, are gathered around the mother and the baby, and the father is left out. Nobody's checking up on him. So he will feel like he's a failure at being a provider and protector or father. Nobody's there to say, you're doing a good job. This is, no advice, no nothing. Just like in the video was saying, I'm just a paycheck with hands. And another sign is anxiety, constant worry, often about the baby's health, finances, or relationship with the mother. And we're going to get into that too. Now my mouse wants to stop working. Let me get my other slide. Okay. Cognitive and behavioral changes. Avoidance, escaping through work, screen time, and just like the doctor said on the clip, was like a lot of men go into working overtime, staying away from home, or gaming, or just excessive watching TV, or long absence from home, staying away, staying out with the boys, or whatever. Just avoiding the whole situation, because he And again, the link is at the top. If any men want to come up and chime in, because I can only assume. I'm just trying to feel it out, guys. Not being able to gauge whether he's doing the right thing can cause you to not want to be around. Because I know, for me as a woman, in any situation, if you're feeling inadequate, you tend to shy away from it, right? So I can see the avoidance coming in. And here's another one that a doctor said in the clip: substance abuse. A lot of men tend to go into increased drinking, smoking, and some maybe take drugs to take the edge off. So finding, like a lot of men will like go to the ganja. Be smoking the ganja like every 5 minutes. Okay. Taking a beer. As soon as you get off work, like, I'm going to drink my night away so I can just sleep this away. Okay. Risk-taking behaviors. Now, reckless driving, impulsive speeding, or sudden change in routine. That's interesting. I don't know. Would the brother be doing that? The risk-taking behavior? Excessive driving and all that? Brother says that's accurate. Like, you gotta come see the baby. Yes. Lost in Translation says always on edge. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hearing. The men are saying. And when I was doing my research, I was reading like little testimonials and blogs, and yeah. And Lost in Translation says staying away makes it worse. I can see that staying in the way makes it worse, but I think a lot of men, or I think even in any like depression or anxiety, that's what people do. You kind of seclude yourself outside of just PPD. But when you're dealing with things, especially if you're the type of person that you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, don't have anyone to rely on, you tend to just be secluded. But it does make it worse, though. He said, look, now I guess y'all will go get some shades that you don't need, some rims on the tire and all that. Y'all, come on now. Lost in Translation, y'all know. Get some gadget for the car. Some new game to play. Don't try to act innocent. Y'all know y'all be doing that spending too. Don't try to just put it on the women, okay? Y'all men like to spend too now. Some new polo shirt. Okay. Comes with walking on eggshells every day. Will you get it? Right. Well, yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Aggression or control. Overcompensating with controlling behavior to hide inner chaos. What do you guys think about that? Chime in the chat. Aggression or control. Overcompensating with controlling behavior to hide the inner chaos. What are some examples y'all can give me on that one? Aggression or control. Overcompensating with controlling behaviors to hide inner chaos. From a man's perspective. Of course, being a perfectionist. Feeling the need to do everything right, but constantly feeling like it's never enough. Let me see what y'all see in the chat. I know you do, Lost in Translation. Yelling. Okay. And when I think about controlling, especially in this situation, I would say maybe like telling the mom, do this way, or making sure, like overlooking her, overseeing her. What do you call it? Micromanaging her. You know what I mean? I can I could think of that as one example. But let me know what you guys think. Let's go to the next slide. All right. Physical and biological symptoms. Of course, with a new baby, sleep issues. That is always the number one thing. Sleep issues, insomnia, or oversleeping, even when the baby isn't the cause. Because, sleeping issues is one of the signs of depression. I think we all will know that. A lot of times when you're depressed, you do kind of sleep a lot, right? Or vice versa, you don't sleep at all when you're like under a lot of stress. Appetite changes, loss in appetite or emotional eating. So you can be not eating and then you can be emotionally eating, so you're just gaining weight. Okay. Fatigue, ongoing exhaustions, even with rest, because it's all in the head, it's in the mental, right? And then you have systematic complaints like headaches, muscle aches, stomach issues with no clear cause. So what do you guys think about those points of the physical symptoms? Is there any other things you think that will be shown? I think a lot of times, especially with the fatigue and exhaustion, and then when you're tired, you get snappy, okay, and aggressive, or just really like, I don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? So I can see like all of these issues can be one points of contention. Okay. Lost in translation say all of this is true. Thank you for confirming. I was trying to figure it out, because I'm not a man, but I'm trying to speak for men. So I was like, okay, when we just get the information, so that people can just understand. So that then during the show or in the comments, the brethren can come up or in the comments and say, yeah, this is right, I experienced this, or whatever. All right, here is the big one. Now, I found that this one was the really, really big one. Really, really, really big one. The financial worries, right, of the new father. Financial worries plays a central and often invisible role in triggering or intensifying postpartum depression in men. For many fathers, money isn't just money. It symbolizes security, identity, legacy, and manhood. Do y'all agree? For many fathers, money isn't just money. It symbolizes security, identity, legacy, and manhood. Do y'all agree with that? When a new child arrives, the pressure to provide, protect, and not fail becomes immense. And if finances feel unstable, that pressure can turn into psychological overload. Do y'all agree with that? Brothers, do y'all agree? So here's a few points. The fear of failing as a provider. Many men tie their worth and role to being the provider. Financial instability equals feeling like they're failing as a man or father. Is that a true statement for the guys? Is that a true statement for the men? Does financial instability equals feeling like they're failing as a man or father? Lost in Translation says, yes, be a kid starts of being very expensive, then tapers off as they get older. It's a constant need for more provision. Okay. So that's where most of the stress coming. So then we have chronic anxiety, constant worry about bills, rent, diapers, food, healthcare emergencies, even small unexpected expenses can trigger panic or shame. So when small things, even when a little bill comes and it kind of, it say if like you have like money set aside for this and set aside for that, and then something unexpected happens, and then that kind of sends you down a rabbit hole. Do you guys agree with that? Mr. Heset says, that's a fact. A lot of men define themselves through money, like ladies define themselves through sex. Ah, okay. Increase self-criticism. Why can't I get it together? Should I be making more by now? Leads to internalized guilt and depression. Shame and isolation. Men often suffer in silence, not wanting to burden their partners. They withdraw instead of talking about money issues. Do y'all think that that's a more of a man thing, where you just, because in our eyes you're supposed to be the protector and provider, and so when money issues arise, you don't feel comfortable addressing those things with the wife? Men spend so much money that they feel guilty for buying themselves a bag. Look, oh Lord have mercy. Gotta buy the drawers now. You don't have dirty drawers. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So it is. Do men feel sort of kind of strange or not wanting to share financial worries with their partners, with their spouse? And so because you can't share these things, you're kind of like, you're being overloaded with the stress of it to handle it on your own, not being able to express what's going on. Okay, let's go. So here's some behavior patterns that may arise when you have the financial difficulties. Overworking or picking up extra jobs, sacrificing time with family and sleep. Avoidance of conversations about budgeting or spending. Irritability, snapping at the partner or children due to feeling trapped or inadequate. Risky financial behaviors like gambling, impulsive spending. We talked about that, and Lost in Translation said he don't do that. Now here's the big one. Loss of sexual desire and emotional intimacy with partner due to underlying stress and low self-worth. What do you guys chime in on that one? Can you see that happening, or have you experienced that happening, even if it was just a brief moment, of you just losing the desire because you have so much on your plate, or on, on your mind, What do you guys think? Okay. Let me see. Lost in Translation chimed in. Sometimes, no matter what you do, the wife will keep spending until the man says, ouch. Then she knows spending limits. That's true. That's true. Wives withholding sex because of bills. That's not what the slide was talking about. The wife withholding sex. It was talking about the men losing their libido or emotional connection to the wife. It has nothing to do with the wife withholding sex. So let me pull that up for you again so you can see it. It's loss of sexual desire and emotional intimacy with partner. because you are stressed out and you're feeling inadequate as a father. Has nothing to do with the wife. It's not what about the women do, okay? Shout out to Chime R. Thank you for coming through. Hey. So men, okay, let's see what brother had to say. Yeah, sometimes you gotta lock in and get it. Shit done. And coochie is not a priority. It comes back though. Okay, all right. I got you. So when you're under that pressure of the new baby and all that kind of stuff, then you can kind of like your libido will go down or something like that. Again, this is not about her asking about bills. This is how the man feels being inadequate, how he feels not being enough, how he feels about what he's doing. He's not saying anything to her. Remember, at the other slide, it talks about not talking to your partner about it. So again, it's not what about the women though. This is all on you tonight. Again, the link is at the top if you need to rebuttal. Okay, let's get back to what we were doing. Was it this one? Okay, let's go to a slide. So let's talk about feelings, gentlemen. Let's talk about these feelings. I have a clip. No, do I have a clip? I thought I have a clip. Hold on, let me see if I can find my clip. Let me see. Do I have my clip in here? Oh yeah, we did that clip already. I played it too soon. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk about these feelings. Let's talk about the feelings that men feel when they're going through PPD. So the first one is disconnection from the wife. When the baby comes, everything shifts. She's tired, hormonal, and her attention is on the baby. Physical intimacy drops, or in some cases and conversations turns into logistics. Did you feed him? She needs the diaper change. I mean, and we can say as parents, it becomes routine. Baby gets up at such time, we gotta feed her, change the diaper, nap time. But the baby sleep, you better sleep. You gotta do the laundry, you gotta do the dishes. I mean, it becomes a routine, right? So everything becomes logistics. Doctor's appointment here, we gotta go here, we gotta go there. This person did. So life changes. It's no longer a spontaneous combustion. It's no longer spontaneous stuff. So everything is like routine, schedules, and all that. So the man begins to feel, I've lost my wife and gained a roommate. What do you guys think about that statement? Oh my God, I wish I had a brother here. Oh my God. What do you guys think about that statement? Fathers, have you ever felt, I lost my wife and gained a roommate? Or better yet, I lost my wife and gained a teammate. Because y'all just what do you call it? High fiving y'all? No. To tag teaming. You tag team, one go in for in the ring, and then you tag team the other one go in the ring. So this is what life becomes. So as life shifts, is this one of the things that happens? Let me know. I lost my wife and gained a roommate. And this emotional and physical gap can lead to feeling abandoned or unwanted. I heard sis say that I forgot who she said that told her this when she was pregnant with their child, that she said that one of the elders told her not to forget her husband. And I remember my mom was telling me, she was like, never forget to be a wife first. You are a wife first, not mother first. What do y'all guys think? Retreating emotionally or shutting down. Resentment that turns into coldness or explosive behavior. Anger. Now, here's one that brother mentioned in the chat. Jealousy of the baby. And when I was doing my research, it was very interesting that a lot of men had this jealousy of the baby. Yes, fathers can feel jealous of their own child. It sounds shameful, but it's common. The baby becomes the center of the wife's world. And that goes back into what we just read. I lost my wife. I lost my girlfriend. I lost my chick. It's all about the baby now, right? The baby sees the bonding, touching, nursing, and feels like an outsider. What do you guys think about that? He may silently wonder, what about me? Where do I fit in now? This kind of jealousy doesn't mean he doesn't love his child. It means he's grieving the loss of his old place in the relationship. Look, brothers, chime in. Let me know. Is this accurate? Because now the baby is here, right? The baby is taking up all the time. The baby is taking up all the nurture. The baby is taking up all the love. Is this an accurate statement? Feeling left out or useless, especially in the early months. Moms often seem like they know what they do with the baby. Fathers may feel clumsy, unnecessary, or rejected by the infant. Because, especially if you're breastfeeding, oh my Lord, that baby, the baby just want mama, okay? Just want mama. Daddy don't have no milk, okay? So they just breastfeeding can make the fathers feel literally excluded from bonding. This creates a storm of thoughts. I'm just the backup. She and the baby have something I'll never understand. She doesn't need me emotionally, and the baby doesn't need me physically. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That statement right there is very powerful. Is that a true statement? How men probably would feel that wife doesn't need me emotionally anymore because she's getting that endorphins and those feelings from the baby now. The baby is smiling and cooing and talking where it makes her heart flutter. Not me anymore. And the baby doesn't need me physically because he's attached to mama. What do you guys think? I mean, this is something else. I would like to know. So let me go to the comments and see what y'all saying in the comments. CBZ's in the house. Okay. Nothing. Oh, you said my grandmother. Chalmers said, great topic. Thank you. Thank you. Lost in Translation says, so true. It's easier to be a mother than a wife these days. I don't know what that was referring to, but okay. Lost in Translation says, every time I come into the kitchen, you in the kitchen. Right. Yeah. Okay. Nothing regarding the clip, so let me keep going. Is that the right one? Oh, yes. Okay. Here is the domino effect. Domino effect. You have the financial stress, identity crisis, feeling like I'm not enough, emotionally withdrawn or anger, feeling disconnected from the partner in the relationship, You may feel like you're a weak father. You have a weaker father-child bond, spiraling depression, increased shame and silence, and possible breakdown or abandonment. So let's talk about why it often goes undiagnosed. Men are socialized to man up. Men are taught to suppress their emotions. So they mask depression with anger or detachment or avoidance. They don't seek help because of shame or fear of being seen as weak. And I know, like in the community tab, like back in in the day, seeking professional help and stuff was like taboo. So just imagine how it is with men getting help. It's just you just a weak man. You better man up. You know what I mean? And here's a big one. Doctors often don't screen men for postpartum issues. It's always focused on the mamas. But men having postpartum is a real thing. They have feelings and emotions too. They have anxiety too. Am I going to be a good father? I have this being that I have to raise now and take care of now. So these are some real things. Hold up. What do you say? What happened to the stream? What do you mean? Y'all can't see me? Y'all don't see anything? I'm here. Commercial break. I don't know what you're talking about, lost in translation. Shout out to brother and sis. Great topic for the $2 Cashapp. Thank you. Thank you very much. And shout out to brother again for gifting one membership. Thank you. And it says they need to do a whole family check. I totally agree. And I think it needs to be with the siblings too, especially if you have like younger or older siblings and stuff, because when you have older siblings, and depending on the dynamic of the family, a lot of times the older siblings have this resentment too, because now this little person is taking my place, So you're absolutely right. I think the whole family needs to address some things. Shout out to brother for the gifted membership. Thank you very much. And if that's with you, please keep it up. Oh, the YouTube commercials. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Now, don't be scaring me like that, lost in translation, because I've been having issues with the internet. You can't be scaring me like that. Okay. Let's see. Where was that? Oh, we was talking about being undiagnosed. Okay. So I have a clip before I read the last two. The men are going to tell you what they need.
What we men need to get through it. Permission to feel without judgment. We need a space where we're not mocked for being soft or not built for this.
What do you guys think about that? Having a space to feel soft, or being able to say, I'm afraid of raising this child. Because I've heard like members saying, I'm afraid I'm going to mess up this kid. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up this kid. You know what I mean? But a lot of men don't have that space to be able to say that. So a no judgment zone would be one of the things that men need.
Let us say we're scared, overwhelmed, or hurt.
There we go. We just talked about that. Being able to have an open dialogue to say, I'm overwhelmed with this. And I'm quite sure the moment that the woman says, we about to have a baby, I'm quite sure these emotions and questions in your head starts. It doesn't just happen like, when the baby gets here.
Without being told to man up or get over it. Respect more than pity. Encouragement matters, but respect changes the game. Don't treat us like we're failing. Treat us like we're fighting. You're a good father. You being here means everything. We don't need fixing. We must be seen as men doing the hardest job we've never been trained for. Brotherhood, not just therapy.
What do you guys think about that? Brotherhood. Those of you that are fathers, did you guys have other men that you were able to talk to? Other fathers to bounce your feelings or ideas, or just get some type of advice from? Did you guys find that helpful if you did?
Talking to other fathers is like oxygen. Older dads, struggling dads, healing dads. We need to hear someone say, bro, I've been there. You're not crazy. You're not weak. You're just overwhelmed. Purpose beyond paychecks. We need to know that changing a diaper matters. That rocking our baby isn't babysitting, it's fathering. Let us build our own parenting style, not just copy what mom does.
I love that. Let me tell you something. I found it so refreshing when I see like the TikToks and things, when fathers just doing their own thing. They wrapping the baby how they want to wrap them. Carrying the baby around like a football, like they want to do it. I find it so cute that they just not, doing what mama did. Like, this is how I'm going to do it, lady. Okay. You sit down, chill out. And it seems like the dads find the most innovative ways to do stuff. I'm just saying, it's just refreshing to see.
Encourage. Solo dad time, no micromanaging. Trusting our instincts, even if we do it differently. Celebrating small wins. She smiled when you sang to her. Reconnection with our partner. We're not just partners in parenting, we're still lovers, teammates, friends.
And there goes the point that I was trying to talk about, earlier. Keeping that connection, that we're still, you heard what he said, we're still lovers. And I think that's important because, you're going to feel like you're losing each other to the baby. And I think that's where the shame comes in, because you feel like you're not supposed to feel that way. Not understanding that is a natural response. Because that is what's happening. The baby has now taken control of everything, has switched and changed everything. So now you have to reprogram your brain to this new lifestyle.
Check in with us emotionally. Look us in the eyes. Kiss us not because you should, but because you want to. We crave uninterrupted adult conversation, non-sexual touch, a hand on the back, a forehead kiss, being wanted, not just tolerated.
What do you guys think about the clip? Was that on point? So what helps? Therapy, of course. Support groups for new dads. Reducing isolation and spending meaningful time with other men or mentors. Medical support like antidepressants. I don't recommend that, but if you're really, really bad, you have to do what you have to do. Addressing sleep and time management issues. Seek and if there's like if there is some financial strain, it is not a bad thing to seek financial planning help, like a budget coach or free community resources, or there are a plethora of YouTube videos. Okay, YouTube University. Be happy the information. Okay. Communicate honestly with your partner. She may value your emotional presence more than a second job. Surround yourself with older and wiser men who've been there and find a way through. And that's what, like, one of the points in the clip is, having that brotherhood of men that you can go to and that will, talk you through it. Been there, done that. Someplace where you can somebody you can express those feelings with, and then they can give you some type of encouragement as well. And in some cases, maybe, if there's some issues going on, someone hold you accountable and show you how to fix it. So having a support system is very, very important. Okay, guys. All right. Let me get to the chat real quick. And then, so true men need answers. Yeah. You see, Nelson Translation says, I figured out what's going on. What? Oh. It would help talking to older dads. Yeah, I definitely agree too. Daddy loves is different. How? Okay, let me know. How is daddy love different? Tell me. All right. So now, since Lost in Translation wanted to do what about the women's earlier, I do have some what about the women's. Because the mamas have some responsibility too, right? We just don't want to put it on the men's, right? Let's talk about steps mom can take to help the dad. So, first thing is see him not just as a dad, but as her man. And as we know in the previous clip, the whole thing about losing each other, when you're feeling like I'm losing my wife, I'm feeling like I'm losing my husband, because now there's another person in the mix now. So she can affirm his efforts. For example, thank you for working hard for us. I love how gentle you are with the baby. Just giving him praise and affirmations of the job he's doing. Even sometimes it may not be like how you want it to be, but still, yet give him that courtesy and that grace because you're both learning. Men thrive on respect more than praise. Let him know he's not invisible just because the baby arrived. Now, these are some steps that mom can help the dad. The next one is protect the relationship, not just the baby. Okay? So, couples schedule check-in time together, even if it's a short one. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Laugh together, touch, flirt, make space for non-baby talk. It is so annoying that all you do is you want to talk about baby all day. It's either you talk about the baby all day or you talk about work all day. So find some time to talk about something outside of work and baby. Reignite small rituals like praying together, slow dancing in the kitchen, movie nights, little date nights. Find a way to keep to ignite, because after baby, you gotta wait a couple of weeks or whatever before you can do. Some people supposed to, but some people just hard-headed. But find other ways to kind of reignite that spark in between you guys. And having a baby can be very stressful, like the feedings in the middle of the night, the sleeplessness, both of you are irritable. Mama probably been in sweatpants and t-shirt all day with the bonnet on because she's with the baby all day, nursing the baby all day. And I know about the breastfeeding people. You do not want your boobs touched, okay? Especially when they engorge with milk. So find something else to touch. Find something else to rub on, guys. Because she may not want you to rub on her boobs if she's breastfeeding. Invite him into the parenting circle. Don't assume he doesn't want to help or that he won't do it right. Because, I mean, a lot of times the men would do it better than the women. I've seen men swallow a baby better than the women. I've seen men will burp a baby better than the women will. So don't just think that he won't know what to do. Ask him to change a diaper, hold the baby, do skin to skin, read bedtime stories, all that goodness. Everything that you would do, ladies, incorporate that in it too. Give him room to create his own bond. Don't be hovering over him when he's doing his thing. If he's not hurting the baby, let them be. Let the babies be, okay? Let them do their thing. Show him he's needed beyond money. Because like in the first clip, what did it say? Men feels like they're paycheck with hands. Show him he's needed beyond money. Many men think their only value is the paycheck. Show him his presence matter just as much. Saying things like, you make me feel safe. The baby sleep better when you're around. I love it when you sing to her. Affirm him, affirm him, affirm him. Talk with him, not at him. Now, here's a big one. Well, a lot of ladies have a problem with hellfire in the mouth. Mm-hmm. Talk with him, not at him. Don't turn every conversation into a to-do list or criticism, ladies. Ask open-ended questions like, how are you feeling about all of this? Is there anything you're struggling with what I said? Or, just try to get him to open up to you. But don't talk at him. Talk to him. And open up your heart and your ears to actually listen too, right? Let him know it's safe to be vulnerable without judgment. And a lot of times this is what men are looking for in the first place. Having a safe space without judgment. Recognize the silent signs. If he's irritable, detached, drinking more, or zoning out, don't just criticize. Ask what's beneath the surface: fatigue, shame, or fear. This is where open communication comes in. Encourage counseling or support without shame. Give him grace, not guilt. If he fumbles, forgets, pulls away, offer understanding. Remember, he is transitioning too. Avoid making the baby a measuring stick for his worth. These are some of the things that mom can do to help dads through their postpartum depression. And again, we always focusing on the mothers, and we don't really look at the fathers, because 9 times out of 10, when going to the doctors, they don't look for that, right? They look for postpartum depression, anxiety, and things like that in the women, but they don't look for that in the men. And as we know, that this happens 1 out of 10 fathers. 1 out of 10 fathers experience postpartum depression. Okay. So that's all I had. I wasn't gonna be here long, y'all. That's all I had. We're just gonna drop these little gems for y'all. Let me see what y'all got going on in the chat. Brother says yes, read to the baby, y'all. Okay. Yes. Read bedtime. And yes, the baby's hearing their voices, most definitely. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. If you go back and look at the video in the comments, fathers, leave some comments and let me know, did you see anything in the presentation that kind of resonates with you? Did I miss something? Was there something that, that you want to chime in on? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to brother for the $2 super chat and for the 1 gifted membership. Thank you very much. I thank you guys for tuning in. Let me play my little song real quick.
All this money coming to me. No handouts, I really had to do it for me. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Get out the dirt. All this money coming to me. No handouts, I really had to do it for me. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Get out the dirt. You ain't hater, but you never gonna stop me. Yellow clout really can't block me. Pipe down like a D appointment. I'm high class and you're just real annoying. Cutting people off like in traffic. Some say it's black girl magic. Some got it and some just have it. Known to give old school vibes like classics. Work hard, my dream can't snatch it. Homegrown, this here ain't plastic. If you want a girl, you can have it. Never judge how you go and get it. Everybody blueprint different. Like I'm trying to heal some children. Let them know, never hide their feelings. They can make it and reach past ceilings. All this money coming to me. No handouts, I really had to do it for me. Watch me work, watch me work, watch me work. Get out the dirt.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a nice short. I just wanted to drop some gems for y'all and just give some information on for our father, because it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to make sure I kind of give some information for the men and let you know that the men do experience postpartum. We see all on the news and all this kind of things, and about the women having postpartum for their bad behaviors. All mothers would all the bad mamas got postpartum. Every time a mama do something weird to their children or something, they automatically got postpartum depression. But that's a whole nother show. I'm gonna leave that one to the shame lady. I'll leave that one to the shame lady, child. Oh my God. But just know that men have feelings too, and that they go through some of the same things that the mom goes through as well. Feeling left out, feeling inadequate, nervous, anxiety, depression, all that men, a lot of men, 1 out of 10 fathers experience postpartum depression, guys. So I dropped down the signs for it so that you can see it, right? So if you see it, you know how to address it. And I will leave some hotlines and resources in the description. So if you feel like you are in this mindset, this is what you're experiencing, I will have some resources for you guys. But thank you guys for tuning in. And I think brother is going on tomorrow, and then we have tribe. The tribe reacts on Wednesday, and I believe we have verses on Thursday. And I think I'm doing a show earlier in the day on Friday, because I saw something. Okay. Y'all know when I see something. Y'all know when I see something, like I'll say something. Okay. So hopefully the internet will hold up and the rain will not wash me out for the rest of the week. So then we can have some fun online. So having said that, y'all know what I'm about to do.
As soon as the show over, he do like this. Well, I'm ready to go. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets, cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Why? Cause they know I go again. And when they get it dry, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team they ready to go again. Running into us, we'll gladly send you home again. We don't talk, better know the grind gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope. Cause all I do is win, and I'ma do it again. Watch me win, then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss.